Here's a special important message.
Hello, my name's Stephen Hill, host of the We Are The Road Crew podcast, and I'm just giving you a little bump here to tell you that we are back for season 2 of We Are The Road Crew. If you're not familiar with the podcast, come on over to our page where you can find us on all your usual podcast platforms, from iTunes to Spotify, etc, etc, etc. You know the usual places, and you'll be able to listen to all of season 1, which is still available now. Basically, we are a podcast that goes behind the scenes in the music industry, talks to the type of people who help your favourite bands put on the very best in live music. So from season 1, we spoke to the likes of Peter Hintz, who worked with Queen. We spoke to George Baker, who's worked with the likes of Stormzy and Robbie Williams. We spoke to Graham Wright, who used to work for Black Sabbath. Andy Corrigan, who worked with the Human League, who worked with New Order, who worked with Public Image Limited, amongst others. Stephen Carr, who worked with Catherine Jenkins and many other more hoity-toity things. Hannah Broderick, who formerly has worked with Noel Gallagher. And Paul Dexter, who's worked with Elton John, Michael Jackson, Motley Crue, and many, many more. So we talked to all of those people, get some of their stories, how they got into the music industry, the kind of behind the scenes gossip that you want to hear, and just what it takes to put on the live music that you used to go and enjoy so much back in the day. We would have been putting out season 2 a little bit before we are at this point, but due to, as I'm sure, like most people, the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic has had a pretty astronomical effect on the music industry. Essentially, nobody is working in live shows at the moment. So although a lot of the people that we'll be speaking to in season 2 have got a lot of time on their hands, they are obviously trying to make ends meet at the moment. I would like to say, have a look out for a couple of different charities and a couple of different organisations who are doing things to help out these people who, desperately rely on making money through the live music industry and the live music scene. So I want to say a shout out to forthenomads.org is a fundraiser started as a direct reaction to the devastating effects of COVID-19 and the effects it's had on those who rely on live entertainment for a living. If you go over there, you can find out more about this collective, and they're basically raising money for the sort of people that we usually speak to on this show. So it's obviously a very, very important thing at this point in time. There's been some really fantastic initiatives that have been sent up from the likes of the sleeper bus companies, parking up at hospitals for NHS staff. Live Nation's crew funding have committed over $10 million to backstage staff. So, that is a really, really fantastic initiative, and we want to give a shout out to them here. And we also want to implore you to come and listen to season 2 of We Are The Road Crew. We've got some fantastic guests coming up who've worked with some of the biggest names in the world of live music, the biggest names of music, full stop. So I'm very, very excited to get cracking again. And you can follow us on all of our socials. Shout out at Road Crew Pod on Twitter, Facebook, and on Instagram. And we will see you very, very shortly for episode 1. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoy it.